Hi, today we're going to be learning the chainless double crochet. It's used at the beginning of a row when you're trying to bring up your stitches to go on. The traditional way of doing it is a chain 3. There's 1, 2, 3. And this usually counts for a stitch, so you skip the first stitch, go into the next. I have 5 stitches here. That's 2, 3, 4. And because your chains count as a stitch, you have to go into the top of this last stitch. Now if you look, you've got these big gaping holes at the end of every row, and that, even with a border, it's hard to hide that. So I give up the traditional way and I started doing it my own way. And I found a lot of other crocheters are doing it this way nowadays too. What you do is, instead of 3, you only chain 2. And you don't count that as a stitch. You go into the very first one with your double. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And you can ignore this chain 2 right here because it's not part of your stitches. Now look at that. Aren't the gaps so much better? The only problem with this is your chain 2 comes out a little bit, and then your regular stitch goes in, comes out, goes in, comes out. So I found a video, and it's quite popular now, to have the chainless double crochet. And it's super easy. Bring this back down like we were just starting out. You turn your work and you come up a little bit. That's about the size of a double crochet. And then instead of going in the stitch or yarn over, you go around to the back. Then you can go in your stitch. And then you go through 2, come back around to 2. And there you go again. I'm not sure I explained that right, so let's do it one more time. Now, the knife holders, you would hold on to that stitch, go around the back, go in the hole, yarn over and bring through. Yarn over, you bring through your first stitch, and then you come around. And then you bring through the last 2. Looks just like a double crochet. But let's do it like the pencil holders. I hold on to it because I'm holding on to my hook. I hold on to it with my middle finger. I go around the back, and then I bring my ring finger in to help hold it. Bring it around, yarn over, bring it through the 1, and then bring it around. You can let go of it. And then you bring it through 2 more, just like a double crochet. Let's finish this row with 2, 3, 4. Now on the previous row, I did the chainless double crochet. So if you turn it over just a little, you can see there's your V, just like your normal stitch. So you would go in, grabbing both those legs, through 2 and through 2. Just look at those edges. They're so straight and pretty, you wouldn't hardly even need a border. Now I want to show you in the round what it looks like. Looky there. Right here, you can see You could just barely see that. If you were just looking, you wouldn't even notice it was there if I didn't have the 2 markers. There you go. There's the marker and there's the marker. You can see where it goes a little bit, but it's not the San Andreas fault that we normally get by chaining up of 3 and skipping 1. So let's do this in the round. It's the same. Let me come out a little bit so I can show you how it's connected. There's the top of the stitch. You just go through like you would and slip stitch it together. Bring it up a little bit, go around the back, and you don't even really have to hold on to it. You go in your stitch, yarn over and bring through. Then you yarn over, bring through your first stitch, and then you want to go back around to the front. And then I give it a little shimmy to straighten these out where they're nice and even. Then it's yarn over and bring it through your, well, why is it? Let me give it a little more shimmy. It's not normally this hard. What am I doing wrong? There you go. Let's try this again since I messed that one up so badly, because it normally is not that hard. Go around the back, then go in your stitch, bring your yarn through. Yarn over, bring through that first stitch, and then bring it back in behind. Give it a little shimmy, yarn over, and bring through. See, that's the way it's supposed to go. Isn't that just the prettiest thing you ever seen? Well, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you enjoy using this new stitch. Oh yeah, see my bracelet? Love one another. That came from my church, and that's one of my mottos. The world needs a little bit more love in it, and a little less hate and meanness in it. Well, you take care till next time. Bye-bye.